This video is sponsored by Supremacy 1914, The Great War. Choose your favourite nation during World War I and assume the highest office in your desired empire. Balance the production of materials, troops and weaponry with the rare resources your land has to offer. Form alliances with your competitors, do important trade deals, or fight your way through each scenario you are challenged with. This challenging period of history demands valiant leadership. Follow the link in the video description below and download Supremacy 1914 now to get an exclusive starter pack containing 13k gold and 1 month premium account for free that will give you a head start over the opposition. Supremacy 1914 is free to download and play. When you download the game, it helps support the channel. Right, welcome to another episode of Warhammer 40,000. It's 2,000 points. A warm-up game here for Mike's Salamanders. They've reached 2k. They've been in a number of games, both on membership and on YouTube. And I'm going to pit them against the Tau here. So Tau Empire to face off against this Space Marine chapter. For extra content, including battle reports, do check us out on YouTube channel membership. The most popular tier would be Aspect Warrior level. That just unlocks all the bonus content, including the extra battle reports that we do, including battle reports for the League as well. Link below, or you can go to the channel homepage, hit the join button and join us there. And it really does help support the channel, helps us keep the content coming. And when you sign up, you get instant access to all the extra content that we produce. And then the other way to support the channel is on Patreon. So Patreons runs a bit different. For gold level Patreons, they get Patronic dice to use at some critical point during the game. And we give them a name shout out. Silver level Patreons, we shout out their names at the end of all of our battle reports. And you can check out the end credits for all the Patreons, including those supporting at bronze. And again, link below for the Patreon page. That helps support the channel and also SSWG Wargames Club. So for the Tau, this is experimental. I'm going for Montcar detachment with these. I'm going to try out a few new combinations. I have got a proposed list. It's over on membership. In the most recent army development video for the Tau. Plan to bring some units in, swap some things around. There's a few elements of that here in this list. There's a chance for the Tau to experiment before they're entered into the League as well. At this stage, Tau, there's 2 games for the League. Tau not in yet. Neither of the Salamanders, so both armies warming up, preparing to make their bid for glory and to dethrone Abaddon. So, no particular order. Commander Ghost tied down here for the Tau, taking a shield drone and marker drone for him. Quad fusion blasters, and they're going to run him as a cold star commander. I've given him the ability just to use up the point and strike swiftly. He can select, I think it's 2 units within 6 before the game begins. It gives them a 6-inch scout move, so it's to represent him being able to maneuver fast around the board. Or preemptively strike. Then we have Commander Shadow Sun. She's in the list here, just a temporary addition, but she's in. Got a Cadre Fireblade across here as an ethereal. Also, both of these models taking a shield drone and a marker drone each, so they can take 2 drones each. Strike teams, which can now take 2 drones each as well. There's a Guardian drone in each and a marker drone in each of those. Squads of 10 all equipped with pulse rifles. That's 3 squads. Going back to breaches here, I haven't used them for a good while, but some pretty good combinations you can do with those. So a squad of 10, again, Guardian drone and marker drone being taken for that unit. They'll go inside a Devilfish across here. Then we have 1 Hammerhead with the railgun and the smart missile systems. I have a 3-man stealth team. There's a fusion blaster in that squad. Broadsides, squad of 3, taking the heavy rail rifles. The smart missile systems, not the plasma rifles, as a seeker missile on each of those, and then taking 1 marker drone, and the rest are all taking missile drones. Yeah, just checking those if I'm allowed to take duplicates for broadsides. Looks like I can, so I'm going to run missile drones, 5 of those, and then 1 marker drone on that squad. There is a restriction on the drone combinations you can go for with the Crisis Battlesuit teams. So I'm running 2 fire knife squads, 2 squads of 3. So swapping out the missile pods and just going exclusively with plasma rifles. So double plasma rifle on each of those units, on each of those models. Marker drone as on the squad leader. And then as a shield drone on each model, and then 2 spare gun drones as well. Same combination for all of these Crisis Battlesuit teams. Repeating the same thing again with the second squad, and then taking the Sunforge combination here, so double fusion blaster being taken for this squad, and the same loadout for the drones. So that's the list for the Tau. There's one other upgrade. I've put it onto the Ethereal. It's the coordinated exploitation enhancement being given to him. So that's the list for the Tau Empire. So then we have Phoenix Lords and Autarchs. That's the top 2 levels of support on YouTube channel membership. So Autarchs, they get the name and the end credits of all of our battle reports and also model allocations. So all of our games, we allocate them to models. They let us know their faction allegiances, and then we try and match them appropriately. I've got a couple here with me for the Tau. Mike James has gone on to the squad leader. He's now done player Xenos, so we've put him onto the squad leader for the broadsides. And then Ite Miara here. He'll be the squad leader for the breaches. Then the rest of Phoenix Lords, so they get whole units to be allocated to for all of our games. So we have, these are Tau players here, Gut B adds onto the Plasma team for the Crisis Battlesuits, BPP Wargaming adds onto the Double Fusion Blaster squad, and then Ben Shaw, Xenos player, we've put him onto the 3rd Crisis Battlesuit team. Nate Miller, Tau player, we've put him onto the broadsides here, big responsibility on that unit for this game. Now Fisto, we'll try and keep him alive, we've put him over onto the Tau Commander. See how well he does in the game. Amy Almo, allocated to Commander Shadow Sun. JP, something sneaky, who's put him onto the Stealth team for this battle. And then we have Vagabond on the Cadre Fireblade to go with the Breaches. And then finally Longbow BB onto the Lone Hammerhead here for this game. So that's the list for the Tau. Experimental battle. We'll see how they do. Mike's list, at closer, medium range, can really burn targets out. Tau have got to watch out for that. Overwatch is dangerous. And then in close combat, the Tau will be butchered. So we'll see if the Tau can keep the Salamanders at bay in this game. We'll take a look now and see what the Space Marines have in their list. All right, so 2,000 points of Salamanders, Space Marines. Not played against the Tau yet with these?
No.
No, all right. Fresh encounter. We'll let Mike run through his list.
So this is 2,000 points on the nose. I'm just going to start from left and work my way across. So in the list I'll have a Land Raider, a squad of 10 Infernus, led by Vulcan Heston. I'll have a Land Raider Redeemer with a squad of 6 aggressors, Flamers, led up by a Gravis and Captain, or a Gravis Captain. I'll have a Repulsor Executioner. I have a possibility of putting the Intercessors inside. I haven't decided yet. I have a squad of 5 Terminators. I have a Drop Pod, 6 Blade Guard with a Lieutenant, and it'll be led by Adrax Agaton.
And you're running the Firestorm Assault Force?
Firestorm Assault Force, yes, with 2 upgrades. So in the Captain, he will have War Tempered Artifice, which gives me +3 to my strength characteristics on my melee weapons. And then my Lieutenant, I will have Champion of Humanity, which ignores modifiers to the hit rolls.
Okay. Now you got the ability to swap these transports around. Drop Pod can't assault when you land from that, but Mike can mix and match these around. He can swap these units around. It's part of the flexibility of his force. He can decide what he wants to do when it comes to deployment.
The only problem, if I put them in, I lose a model. Yep.
Okay. All right. That's Mike's list here as they prepare to face against the Tau. Phoenix Swords and Autarchs have been allocated. Autarchs gone on to bodyguard duty to protect Agrax Agaton, try and keep him alive. So Ben Harris, Sam Hermes, Midnight Miniatures, and Dylan Moore, and also Casper Kempf. That's all the Autarchs. Then for Phoenix Lords, that's whole units. Ray Cross onto Agrax Agaton for this game. Valhalla Field Marshal Robert onto the Terminators. Paint Lickers Paint Pot onto the Gravis Captain. Michael Fryer, as with the Infernus Marines, quite appropriately goes with them. It's onto Vulcan Heston. And then we've got some Phoenix Swords on vehicles to stay. Andrew Swan on the regular Land Raider, Lucas Brown onto the Redeemer, and Chris Comiskey. See if he can guide in some firepower here with the Executioner. That's the list here for the Salamanders. We'll see how they get on against a shooty army here in the form of the Tau Empire. We'll take a look at scenario and deployment next. Alright, so we have a scenario for this game. It's Purge the Foe, Dawn of War for deployment, and the mission rule is Secret Intel. So for this one, it's Dawn of War deployment, so fighting across the ways this time, so 10 inches in, orange dice marking the deployment zone for the tower, the green dice across the other side marking Mike's deployment. 5 objectives on the table, 1 dead centre. There's a home objective each. Mine's here, quite open ground. And then just behind the container over there is Mike's at home objective. 2 more objectives in no man's land, 1 on each flank, 1 across here, and 1 just over there. For Secret Intel, just call out the mission rule now. You're drawing 3 cards for secondaries in the command phase and picking 2, so it's just an extra one available to pick from. And then for Purge the Foe, there's a steady stream of points available on this one every turn. So turn 2 onwards, at the end of each command phase, the player's turn is scores 4 victory points if they control an objective marker. If you control more than the opponent, you get an extra 4 points on top of that. And then in every battle round, including turn 1, if you destroy an enemy unit, you get 4 points. And at the end of the battle round, if you have destroyed more than the opponent, that battle round, you get an extra 4 points on top of that as well. So hold more, kill more is the aim of the game. The objectives are all of equal value across the table. So both of us going for the random draw on secondaries. We just mentioned the structure for terrain. So we're going to play these 2 Munitorium seal building containers as obscuring with a gap in between. We're going to play that container with the banner on top as obscuring. That larger section of the pipes, that container, this building, and this whole structure across here as obscuring. So pretty evenly spread across the board. There's some tank traps and pipes spread out across the table as well. This large structure, we usually play it so that it's going to grant cover when you're shooting for it, but it's not obscuring. So you're going to get cover from this, but not going to be obscured by that. So that's pretty much covering terrain. We'll start alternating place units on the board next. Right, just to mention the battle mat and terrain we're using in this game. Battle mat is from GameMat.eu. It's the brand new Imperial Refinery. Matches up really well with Mad Mac terrain. This one's 60 by 44 inches in size, so perfect for your games of 10th edition. Also using the industrial terrain set, which pretty much bulks out the table. It's the pre-painted terrain set from GameMat.eu. So it's these containers, there's 4 of those. You get 4 of these buildings, you get this large building here, you get pipes, and there's containers which I haven't included on the board here, all inside that industrial terrain set. Pretty much bulks out the table, and then some Games Workshop terrain to fill out the board as well. But you can check out GameMat.eu for your supplies of battle mats, all shapes and sizes, pre-painted terrain sets from them. Link below, and there's also an 11% discount code that you can use across the store. Alright, so deployment's done for both sides. There's large empty sections of this board. There's the tower holding back, knowing that Mike's force can burn out and move, or burn them out and move quick enough. And the same with Mike, knowing that the tower have some big guns, so he's trying to obscure, if not make use of cover as much as possible. So for the tower, we have gone into reserves with the battle suits. I could start on the board, but I don't want to be shot at straight away, and there's not too much cover for us to use. So I've kept them all in reserve, deep striking in, and the Cold Star Battlesuit Commander Ghost Tide has joined the Double Fusion Blaster team. Then the Breachers, they're inside the Devilfish, they've been joined by the Cadre Fireblade. Unit Fire Warriors here, they may be the first fish to be cooked on the barbecue. Mike's parked his vehicles across the other side. Stealth team, just anchoring right at the back. Tower just holding back across here. Then a regular strike team here. Devilfish with the Breachers inside. Shadow Sun up here. She's lone operative. She should be okay. And then I've really clustered around here, making use of a bit of obscuring terrain, although there are gaps. Here it's the strike team, joined by the Ethereal. The broadsides hugging the right-hand side. Tower trying to set up some kind of ambush if they can. And then the lone Hammerhead gunship parked with them as well. So that's our deployment done. Nothing deploying further forwards. We could have done with the stealth team, but it's just that risk. The Salamanders could go straight for them. They're round at the other side of the board. Yeah, it's empty across here. Land Raider parked up with Vulcan Heston inside and the Infernus Marines. The regular Intercessor squad of 5 is with them just behind. And then stacked up over in this corner. So we're really stacking up in either extreme corners here. So It's Executioner, Empty, Land Raider with the Gravis Captain and Aggressors, and then we have the drop pod across there, and that has the Blade Guard Veterans Lieutenant, and then Adrak Sagatone as well. Terminators in reserve to Deep Strike in turn 2 onwards. Remember, that drop pod can come in turn 1 as per its special rules. So that's deployment done for both sides. Very extreme, this one. Salamander's right in that corner over there. And the tower right across here. So you expect some, I'm not sure what's going to go on this one, but it can escalate very, very quickly. Mike can remove stuff fast enough. It's got deep strikers that can arrive as well. So too have the tower. Plenty of crisis battle suits at their disposal. So looking quite a dynamic battle, potentially. Would you like to go first or second is our question. That's a difficult one.
Every time I say it out loud, it doesn't go, but I want to go. I want to go first.
Right. I would like to go first as well. Who springs their trap? We do.
So I don't say it out loud. I haven't said anything.
We're going to go on to the first turn of the game. Tower go first. They have an ambush in mind. We'll see if it works. We'll go on to the first turn of the battle. The Tower Empire will make the first move. Right, so turn 1 for the Tower. Now, brace yourself. Tower have to be, to survive, they have to be brutal. So we have to switch on the filter of pleas of mercy and distracting calls from the Space Marines or whoever we face. We just have to focus on the task in hand. The only hope of survival that the Tower have is overwhelming firepower. It has to be the way they play. Now, often I've found against Imperial players that's not popular when you start shooting their stuff, but that's the only way we can survive. So we're doing it out of survival here if we can. But the firepower must be brutal from the Tower. If we're touched in close combat, we're dead. So 3 cards being drawn for secondaries now, and you pick 2, discard 1. Deploy Teleport Home, which will dump Overwhelming Force and Eridinar are the 3 cards pulled, and then we'll go for these 2 here, Eridinar and Overwhelming Force. The Ethereal failed to generate an extra CP. It's just off here with 1 CP for the Tower at the start of this turn. But we'll go on to their movement phase next. All right, so movement's done for the Tower. They've gone for this flanking ambush. We'll see if it works. Was going to hold position, shifted left and tucked in here. I'm going to try and hide with these, but if Mike bursts through, I think he may well have some shots. Stealth team, they're also a bit isolated down here. If I go for the dash and try and run, I can come across pretty quick and put fire into them. So I'm just going to hide here, but there's only so long that I can do that. Those vehicles can move quick enough. Holding position with these, there's no need for them to move. But major amount of movement across here. Perhaps one of those lopsided games we've played in a long time, but Tower pushing through across here. Paid a CP to go guaranteed 6 inches with the Hammerhead. We're playing Montcar detachment, so our units gain lethal hits ability. Also, if they're guided, as when those guided shots come in, as their weapons have the assault keyword. Advanced roll made here with the broadsides. These, the vehicle and these can see the back end of the Land Raider. Then the Ethereals teams moved up, advanced with them. Shadow Sun's moved up in support. She grants a reroll 1's bubble for shooting. And then rolled about a 3, I think, for the Devilfish pushing forwards with the breaches inside. But Tower piling up on the right-hand side with a view of the back end of a Land Raider. We'll go on to their shooting phase next. So shooting phase for the Tower. Just before we come to Tower shooting, just leave you hanging there for a second. We have an award ceremony here. There's a number of these. This is Phoenix Lords. Massive thank you to them for their support. We've got Paint Lickers Paint Pot at 1 year of support at the Phoenix Lord level. It's just a small way of saying thanks. Gets a certificate, a purity seal dedicated to him as well. And then there's a set of 1 year Phoenix Lord objective markers as well. 6 of those, so you can use those in his games of 40k. So big thank you to Paint Lickers Paint Pot. Then we've got a number of 2 year supporters at Phoenix Sword level as well. So Nate Miller, big thanks to him, big supporter of the Tower. So I've done a poster appropriate for him. It looks quite glorious, this one. So that's the perk for 1 year. It's the Purity Seal, and then its second year is one of these propaganda posters. Also gets the objective markers as well as certificate, and I'll put a couple of stickers in there as well. So I'm going to do a set like that for all of the 2 years, which there is a number of them. Gut B, thanks to him for his support. BPP Wargaming. We've got Ray Cross as well. Then we have Ben Shaw. We also have Lucas Brown. They've all sort of come along at a similar time. And then Mephisto as well. 2 years of support on the channel from him. So a big thank you to all the 2 year supporters. I'll be doing sets like this and sending them out to each of you. And again, massive thank you for your support at the Phoenix Lord level. Yeah, it's been it's been 2 years. We've been trying to keep Mephisto alive in our games for 2 years straight on the channel. So it's about an 80% failure rate, but we're getting there. We're getting better at trying to keep him alive. In the game, he is the commander. So we'll try and keep him alive in this battle. So Phoenix Sword level, you can check it out. It's the top level support on YouTube channel membership. As you can, we allocate you to units for all of our games. You can join us on the chat WhatsApp group as well. And then as the years go by, we commemorate support as well, just with these little packages that we send out as a token of our appreciation. So that's channel membership, and a big thank you to the Phoenix Lord supporters at 1 and 2 years. So on to shooting. Going to start firing across here. Mike's popping smoke with that Land Raider. The Tower, hoping that they've amassed enough concentrated firepower to cause trouble. I've got no CPR. There's a couple of stratagems I could have used for further enhancements, but it's been used with an advanced roll. This is an early strike here with this Tower Force. So I'm going to start with the broadsides. I'm going to light them up with the Fire Warriors across here. As I'm going to hold off with the Hammerhead, see how well they get on, and the Hammerhead may need to try and finish off the target. We'll play it that way. So we're going to go with these. We're going to unleash our missiles, the smart missile or seeker missiles, and each of those is going to be fired as well. There's a couple of missile drones in range also. There's some missile drones in range as well. I think we measure from the model, the parent model, for their range, because the actual missile drone models don't count for anything. Okay, so we'll go with the heavy rifles first of all. We'll commit this to a diehard Tower player, which would be Nate Miller, if I can find him. Here he is. He plays the Tower for sure. So we're looking at 3s for hits. Micah's pop smokes. It's going to be 4s. As Montka, 6s are lethal. 6s also pop extra hits as well. We've sustained 1. That's coming from the enhancement on the Ethereal Squad. So a nice little 6s would be great. Ugh. Well, that's horrendously terrible. That is, in fact, very bad, because we can reroll 1s. Wonderful, we have no 1s. Mike's smoke has stopped that, and that's a terrible roll. We'll try and wound on a dice here. 6 will be devastating. And it's a 3, which is a failure to wound.
Yeah, strength 12.
Yeah, toughness 12. All right, we messed that one up. Yes! Well, that was terrible. What a way to start. Come on, Tau, you've been training. You must do better. We'll shoot. We declared the missiles, so fire those. This is the one-shot only Seeker missiles, 3 of them. Well, that's better. I think they get sustained. The whole unit gets it. So we've got 2 lethal hits come through and 2 sustained. There's some strange recovery going on here. So we'll add those in as hits. Now, these come in at strength 14.
What?
It's a high strength on these things. It's like an equivalent of a hunter killer. We're looking at 3s to wound. Okay. Nothing I could do about it. So 3 come through. These are AP -3. ignoring cover.
5 volts.
So 5s. These are D6 plus 1 damage.
One shot, is it?
They're one shot. Once they're gone, they're gone. So you can say goodbye to them. They'll never come back again.
Good.
5 pluses are good. No trouble. Any CPs for...
No.
It's been used for smoke. So we've got 3d6 plus 1 damage. This could be it. It is good. It's going to be good enough, I think. 11, 12, 13, plus 3, 16 wounds. That's on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that's going to do it. Okay, well, the main guns flopped. It was actually the supporting Seeker missiles that managed to bring the target down. Does he detonate?
No.
He doesn't. All right, but target brought down, Land Raider destroyed here by a Tau ambush. Tau up to their no good business here. Sneaking shots from range. This is the way they like to operate. They don't like it up close and personal, but often don't get a choice in 40k. But shooting from range, it's their forte here. Tau are in their element at this point. Land Raider gone, doesn't explode, and then Michael place the models within disembarkation range. They'll be on foot for the rest of the game. Right, I think that's just killed off our shooting phase. There's literally no other options. Mike's deploying to his right-hand side with that unit, which will obscure them from the rest of this Tau force. But mission accomplished, really. Their aim was to try and bring that Land Raider down in a sneaky attack on this flank. And in strange circumstances, the main guns that I thought would do the damage did nothing, but the Seeker missiles on each of those models managed to bring that down. I've not seen that happen before, not seen Seeker missiles do so well, but thanks to sustained hits, they've managed to get those extra hits coming through. So, end of turn. Nothing else to take place here. Area denial was achieved for 3. Overwhelming force was achieved. Land Raider was on an objective. 3 points picked up for that. 4 points for getting a kill as well. That counts on turn 1 for the mission. So 10 points. Good start for the Tower here at this point. So early on in the game. We'll move on now to Space Marine turn 1. We'll see how they cope with this Tau manoeuvring over on this flank. Space Marines have their own manoeuvring to do. We'll go on to their first turn coming up next. Alright, so turn 1 for the Space Marines. You can't hide, you have to just press on. 3 cards drawn. Mike's kept Assassination, Area Denial. Attempting target was the one that Mike dropped. I was going to place it over there and he wouldn't be able to go after it. Holding the drop pod off, and that's not coming on. It could come on now, but Mike's going to leave it. It's moving the Land Raider with a big advance, moving around in this direction. You're the Mont car of the Space Marines. You can advance and shoot and so on. So, okay, interesting. Executioners move around to here. Heading off towards their intended target, so I think they've advanced onto the central objective, Vulcan Heston. They're going to camp it out across there. Try and use the Space Marine vehicles, or this lone vehicle here, for covering fire. The Executioner's got a dangerous... Well, it's the hammerhead of the Space Marines as well, isn't it? So there's some parallels for sure. And then Intercessors, sticky objective, can leave this one here, and they've moved around to here. But Space Marines having to look around corners and check lines of fire here. There's a Tau force operating in this area. So we'll go on to shooting phase. There's a fair bit of shooting available for the Space Marines here. So as I said, I've always been saying this for a while for the Tau, just stay focused, stay brutal, because we'll be shown no mercy once it might get some range.
Yeah. I should say that's been marked for the reroll flames.
Yep, and where's your open moment? On here? The hammerhead, right. He's going after him, and that's to help out the Executioner. All right.
I think he does so well every game. Yeah,
he needs a good round of shooting. So 5 power now coming from these. So 5 D6 auto hits on the Devilfish. They've managed to get themselves in range.
11, 13, 15, 16.
Cause some trouble. We're toughness 9.
5, 16. Okay. So I am strength. What's your toughness, sorry?
Toughness 9.
Strength 5 now, because you're within...
5 will do.
6. Yep,
Yep.
so still 5s.
Yep. There's a few.
And then reroll.
Oh, reroll it. Okay.
Yeah. Because...
Vulcan Heston points to a target.
They're outside of 24. It has to be within 24 and visible.
Yep. A little bit unnerving. The Space Marines are getting flame weapons in range already.
6, 7. No AP.
can smell a barbecue here, and it's all fish on the menu tonight. How many? I had 3. 7.
7, yeah.
Okay, after the reroll. Okay, any minuses, sorry?
No.
Right, 3 ups. Oh, we passed them all. Tower technology. Holds. Nice. Okay.
Yeah, so the executioner is going to put his executioner cannon into the hammerhead.
Okay.
All the small range fire is within range.
Bit of a who's got the deadliest gun contest going on here. Oh boy.
So, Mr. Comiskey.
Yeah.
This is on you.
Mike's going to double stack this. So the Comiskey unit allocation with the Comiskey Patronic dice.
I just need someone to blame.
Blame him twice for this. Here it comes. So it's 2 shots. It's deadly enough.
Yeah, so 2 or 3s because I moved.
6 and 5. We're off to an excellent start.
What's your toughness?
Toughness 9 or 10. We are toughness 10.
Strength 16.
3's to wound. With a command reroll on standby. You got this, Mike.
Yeah.
Yes! He's happy. This surely is...
-4?
Yeah. Bit of cover.
Yeah, I won't say no, but yes.
Okay. So 6 is to block, right? Don't start at 2 up. Never. No, it's 3 up. You're okay. So you get saves of 6, right?
Yeah.
And the damage on each of these?
D6 plus 4. No, come on. This has to do something.
I've got to block 1. And I should call upon Carl Roden. We've used him for saves plenty of times. A single 6 will make my day. No 6s will make Mike happy. No. Can't command reroll that. It would be irresponsible of me to use a command reroll for 1 and 6. So I will not do it. If I did... Oh, that's okay. I'll save the CP because we've got so much stuff to spend it on. All right, so it's gone through, Mike. Both have gone through.
Any ones?
13. So I could still survive this. Sorry, 14 wounds, actually. 14. Gave me an extra wound.
So I need to score 6 out of 2 dice.
Yeah.
Mr. Comiskey, still on you, mate?
Oh, he's done it in star. 9 plus 8. 17 wounds.
Yeah.
Dead. Doesn't detonate, but a clean kill. Well.
It's done something.
He has done something, yeah. It's taken a few games, but it's found its mark here. And just at the right point, a very vengeful bit of firepower, I do have to say. It's Hammerhead gone. I do miss the second one. A lone Hammerhead. It's not as good as 2 that can hunt as a pair, but the single Hammerhead has been picked out here by some extreme Space Marine firepower. Good shot from the Space Marine gunners. So Execution's not quite finished. It's all the small Dakka that's in range of going to the Devilfish, trying to pick off some wounds from that thing. But Mike will be glad to see the Hammerhead gone, for sure. It's been removed and it will not return.
Yeah.
Be some weight on them broadsides to see if they can return fire next turn.
You've got away with the big missile pod things. So, heavy onslaught Gatling cannon, 12 shots, hit on 3s.
Okay.
Fives.
5 to wound.
Look on 6s though. Devastating.
A wound.
1.
Which we block.
Chris used it all up. D3 on the Icus rubber pod for 1. Hit on 3. Yep. Is it the fly keyword?
Well, no, they've tampered with that, actually. It does. No, there's some stuff. Yeah, okay, carry on.
2 plus. And I roll a 1.
Okay.
Heavy silver.
Just chipping away here.
3s.
This Devilfish is actually proving quite impervious.
6s. Yep, very much.
No damage, hasn't taken a single wound here. It's my improvised devilfish. I have 2 devilfish to paint up to match this scheme, but for now, I've just stuck a drone in the top hatch. It was hammerhead number 2. That's what the tower like. They make, do, and mend as they go along.
Well, you've got 1, 2, no AP on the defensive rate.
Ah, now we take 2 wounds. Okay, so 2 wounds taken, dropping down to 11 wounds left. Okay.
So heavy boulder. Toughness.
5's to wound again.
5s. Nope.
Okay.
And then the last thing is the Iron Hail Heavy Stubber. 2 hits.
5's again. If you're strength 4, it'd be 6's.
Anti-fly 4+.
Oh, that'll do.
1, no AP.
Block that one. All right, so that's the small stuff coming from the Executioner. Complete.
Arms fire. Do that one.
Right, okay, going to split fire here with the Land Raider. Stuff that's in range will stretch across to these, and a load of flames and torrent to go into this squad across here.
Yeah.
Salamanders do this. They expand out fast, burn as they go. They're doing it to the top.
So, Flamestorm, 2d6 plus 6. 7, 13.
13. 2's to cook. No. -1 to the wound roll because the Guardian drones be 3's. Ranged attacks coming through.
Yeah, strength 7. Yeah, okay. 3s, this could. Many's in the unit, 10.
Yeah, little Guardian drone with a fire extinguisher. Going around. So it's not really going to help. It's helped us once with that 2. The rest come
4,
through.
6, 8, 10, 11.
-2. So it will take me an ignoring cover as well. So it's going to take me to 6 up saves. And there's some 6's. Not too bad. So 7 dead. Could have been a wipeout. 7 destroyed. Okay, so there's a few left. We've now got the multi-melter.
Yeah. Such a waste of a multi-melter, but 3s. 2 hits.
Nice. 2's to aim, 3's to win for the Guardian drone.
Is it -1 to the win roll, yeah?
Yeah, -1 to the wound roll, yeah, against ranged weapons. Protected us once. Going to go straight through my cover. So another model slain. Down to 2 models left. Okay.
So 2 storm bolters across the way.
Yeah, range 24 now, so heading off against this unit across it. 3's.
3s. 2 hits.
4's, 5's to wound. Sorry, 3's, 4's to wound, sorry.
No.
Okay. Guardian drone helped. twin assault cannon.
Yeah.
Looking for 3's. 2's becomes 3's. And it's helped us once.
Right.
Linked. No, it didn't.
No AP.
No AP. We'll take cover with a few models. Needing 3's. 2 get through. You have to take ones that are sheltering, so I'll go 1 and 2 like so. Fire warriors don't last too long when targeted. Any other shooting? I don't think so. That's it. No charges? No, this unit's the closest, but they advanced, so that'll be the end of the turn.
Oh, Vulcan Heston had to shoot.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Out of sync, but fine.
Yeah, I know. D6 plus 3. 7. 4, 6. Because someone will probably be shouting at us.
5, so I would imagine.
Yeah, strength.
This is strength 4.
7.
Oh, that'll do. 5's.
And he was marked.
2 wounds. We'll keep going. There's another 1.
1, yeah.
Okay, 2 wounds, of course. Well done. Dropping down to 9 wounds left. Too bad. Okay, so dropping down to 9. Some damage coming through on the devilfish, but it's still in pretty good shape. We'll calculate points, see if any have come through. I see what you're trying to do. While you're trying to get the wipeout here to pick up your 4 points for killing something.
Yeah, it was a silly mistake on my part.
Splitting.
I shouldn't have split because they had very little that could have reached out there anyway.
Yeah.
So just put it all into that. So.
Yeah. The 2 wounds, the 2 kills there would, if switched over, would have resulted in the wipeout across there. Okay, it'll calculate points, give an update on score. Okay, points coming through, not too bad for the Space Marines. 4 points for a kill across there with the Hammerhead being taken down. I'd got that bonus 4 points coming through. And then 3 points for Aerodynal, the other 2 cards being dumped. So 7 points to 10, just a couple of points behind. Very early stages in this game. Tau got that good hit. Space Marines got a good hit back, pushed out and have started to burn here. So I think that's leveled up the game quite nicely. So the fight's back on here. Tau have got deep strike units. They can bring in a host of crisis battle suits. Space Marines have some great units in reserve as well. So this will be interesting to see how this pans out. Do the Tau go full tilt and commit their reserves now? Do they hold off? There's areas of crisis already on this table. We'll see what happens. We've gone to the second turn of the game. Things just heating up, literally. At this early stage of the battle, we've gone to turn 2 for the Tau coming up next. All right, so Tau turn 2. Mike's just bringing in a drop pod. We'll cover our movement here for these Tau units. Investigate signals and extend battle lines is the 2 cards that we've kept out of the 3 that were drawn. So that's scanning in corners of the board, which we're going to try and do with a couple of units, and extending the battle lines as well, which is a home objective and a no man's land objective. 4 points picked up for primaries as well. So advanced move made up on top here as with the strike team in position to coordinate some more firepower coming through. Backed off with Shadow Sun within 9 to pick up 2 points for scanning a corner. Advanced moved out onto this objective here with the broadsides. Pushing through with the Devilfish. It's a good way of transporting softer infantry. It's pushed up in this direction. Didn't need to advance, just went 12. They've been joined by a deep striking crisis battlesuit team with double plasma rifles. The other plasma rifle squad has landed across here to support this flank and to anchor onto this objective. Mike's got plans there to try and flush them out, as we can see with the arrival of the drop pod rapid ingress being used here on turn 2. So Mike countering Tau deep strikers with deep strikers of his own. They've landed there. I've nudged these. We're being watched by the Barbecue King across there. So we've just nudged to the edge that we can see across in this direction. And then this team here, there's a little narrow escape path just out of Mike's angle. We're playing the hard edge for obscuring. We've managed to get to here with a regular move and again get him within 9 inches for the scan. There's one final move by the Tau, and that's the commander. Ghost Tide has arrived. So it's tremendously risky, but suicidal here, but he's turned up here. Some of these models, 2 of them, can get within range 12, just keeping 9 inches back from Mike's units. I can get a couple of them in to lend some firepower support against the Executioner. The danger is that Mike can send units in, especially from here with the land raid. It can come right back up in this direction if it wants to and try and flush these out. I'm trying to drop problems all over the board. There's too much for the Salamanders to deal with, and then try and deliver a decent blow with firepower here if we can. That's the plan here with the Tau. A bit more dynamic, this list. Units dropping about, units breaking through as well with the useful Devilfish. Also, so that's movement done for the Tau at this stage of the game. Okay, played a stratagem. It does lock me in. Focus fire, it's only 1 CP, so paid that. As you start the shooting phase, have to do it straight away. 2 Tau Empire units from your army that have not been selected to shoot this phase, and 1 enemy unit. At the end of that phase, when you make an attack, I can only target that unit, so I'm locked in against that target, but it will generate an extra AP -1 on shooting, so it's like my AP -4 stuff become AP -5. The idea is to go after the Executioner. The 2 units I've chosen is the Crisis team across there, the Commander's team, and also the broadsides across here. It does lock them in to that firepower, but that's the target I want to try and go for and bring down if I can. So we'll press on. We'll go with the Crisis Battlesuit team. The models that are in range will go into the side of the Chris Comiskey Executioner. So the question is now, will Mike pop smoke on that attack? He's not going to pop smoke.
Nope.
Okay, so in which case we'll go with the Commander's team. So I'll use the Devilfish to guide the shots in from the Commander. So we've had this discussion plenty of times. The unit has a built-in reroll damage and wounds against monsters and vehicles. The Commander then gets that.
Yeah.
Each time range attack is made by a model in this unit,
Yeah.
becomes part of the unit. Okay, so we'll take it. We get it. Let us know in the comment section if we're wrong. We'll start with the commander. 4 fusion blasters. Range 12. Starting on 3s. Guided, needing 2s. So 2s it is for him. And they've all hit. The downside is our strength. So a fusion blaster is strength 9. So 5s to wound, but it's re-rollable. So committing this 5 power to longbow BB. Tower player. So we're looking at 5s. Well, there you go. That's not too bad at all. And then we'll re-roll this one. That's insane. That is the commander's strike. AP -4 with the fusion blaster becomes AP -5. Stripping cover as well. So these go straight through. They're straight up D6 damage. So 4d6. Oh, not so good. Oh, hold it right there. The unit gets re-roll the damage roll. So I'm going to re-roll these 2 ones. And that's better. That's 16. He's done it. 1 shot from the commander's done it. And it detonates. Boy, oh boy, we've got an explosion here at the centre of the Salamander's force. Ouch. Commander fusion blasters striking hard. D6 mortal wounds. These escape. Those are in the intercessors. 6 straight up D6. It's going to be 3 models. Boy, that's an explosion. And then the Land Raider. Oh, take how many? 3 6s in a row. Oh, Mike's craved 6s on dice, but not now. Not at this point in the game. Ouch, this is heavy damage coming through. That's one of the deadliest explosions I've seen in a long time in a game. Dropping down to 10. Tower firepower here, cutting through. Both sides were merciless with their firepower, but the Tower managed to get themselves ahead here with another deadly blow. Ouch. Ouch. That's one of those ouch moments for sure. And that's just the commander firing. The rest of the unit's out of it now. And so too is the broadside team. They're out of it as well. Their firepower has been directed with that focused fire stratagem. They now can only, well, they can't fire anything. Their target is gone. Okay, Mike says he gets to go home promptly this evening. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Boy, I can sense, I'm sure you can as well, a vengeful sort of spirit building up here in the Salamanders. They're not liking this. They're covering vehicles being taken out by the Tower. That will anger them for sure.
To be fair, based on some of our last games, these were comments that viewers mentioned, was see how they hold up
against shooty stuff.
Against the likes of the Tower. And it has sort of made me possibly reconsider 1 or 2 things.
See, what's been helping Mike's vehicles in previous games was a major help was the use of cover. Big time. The Tower scrubbing that with their marker light ability. I've got marker drones on all of these units. And when they're guided in, they're ignoring cover. That's huge to turn 2 up saves into 3 up saves, 4 up saves into 5 ups. That's big when you're trying to stop heavy hitting stuff from coming through. As Armour of Contempt as well is helpful, but this is all happening so early on in the game. Mike's is taking time to build up CP, and it obviously can only be spent on like 1 unit as well. So this is proven to be effective firepower from the Tower, and what can you do? The Tower just taking advantage of the long range firepower. So a coordinated assault across here. Another vehicle falls. It's empty. There's nothing inside, but it's detonated in a very impressive way. We'll press on with some more Tower firepower. Right, firepower down here. It's the same thing is going to happen. Going to be scrubbing cover, ignoring it with the marker light ability.
I think dropping it from a 6 to a 5 is still better than not.
Yes. Armour of Contempt to be used on Heston's squad here. I'm just talking about what we're going to go for. So I'm going to guide the squad across here with the double plasma rifles. They're going to go in here. They're going to be guided by this squad, so they'll be granted sustained hits coming through. So 6 attacks. We'll go to the artist formerly known as Vij, Xenos sympathizer here. We're looking for 3s because we're being guided in. 6s are great. It's a fresh target for us, so our ability for this Crisis Battlesuit team with the Fire Knife configuration is each time model this unit makes range attack reroll hit rolls of 1. If it attacks a unit that is at its starting strength.
Yeah.
Yes, I can reroll the hit roll. So I'll reroll these 2. Okay, so they've all hit. 2 go through as lethal, and then they generate 2 sustained hits as well. 2's to wound, and they've all wounded. That's nasty enough for sure. 8 in total go through at -3. Armour of Contempt, -2. So 5 ups. Yeah.
I count how many 4s is here because there was a possible I have a librarian there painted that I was gonna.
Librarian, okay.
Gives them a 4+ in
Invulnerable save, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that unit you're expecting it to
Yeah.
take flak, so yeah, it would be useful.
Because the idea is to run 10 with a librarian and 5 with Heston, and the only reason for that is Heston's granting the reroll frames.
I'll split down into 2 squads of 5.
No.
5s. Blocked half. Above average.
4, so yeah,
All right. 4 slain at damage 3. Another wound picked up. That's just some shots coming through from drones. I've had to allocate a couple of drones to that squad just with the way the drones are spread around. So Michael will give one of those a wound. Okay. We'll just rinse and repeat. We'll guide in from here. Just ignore those and just stick to the plan. So fire across here with these and guide them in across this. It's going to be 6 shots near 3s. No sustains this time. And we'll commit this to a Xenosy helper. Dave Humphries for this one. 3s are good. Not fresh, right? So I'm just re-rolling my 1s. So nothing. So 4 hits. One of those was lethal, sorry. And then we're looking at 2s to wound. Okay. 3 make it through. It's back to 5 ups again. So 3 saves of 5+.
Ooh.
Okay, chips in. Just I wanted to bring the second unit in to support. And they've managed to kill 3 more. Not got through to the HQ. But chopping that unit down, that objective. Right, bit of firepower, just some soft shots coming through. So we're looking at unguided, just need 4s. And nothing. The DS8, because we sat still. A hit, which is lethal. That's it. So normal save of 3+. Okay. We'll do these next. Not all can see, it's just 6 shots. 2 hits, a wound. Normal save 3+.
No.
Okay, wound caused. Okay, Devilfish. We're going to put 2 Seeker missiles into here, the one-shot only weapons, and then the smart missile systems, they'll go into Heston's squad. I think this is about the last bit of tower firepower here. So that'll be fine. So we'll be hitting on 4s, we're not guided. 6s will be lethals. And they're the strength 14 -3. You will get cover though this time because we're not guided in by anybody. No, no one can guide because I can't see you. -3. It's effectively -2 4-up saves with cover. And if I get through, it'll be D6 +1.
So could armor to bring it to 3s.
Yeah, I'm contempt. Yeah, we've just run through it here so Mike can really make his mind up, and he does want to protect this thing.
Oh, I can't.
Because you used it already.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Well, we'll go ahead with this shooting then.
Oh.
Well, I'll pick a person. I'll pick Chris Heim for this one. So not playing it. Can't play it.
No, I was thinking about smoke. Put it 5s.
Yeah. He doesn't want one of these cheeky missile shots getting in and causing more trouble for that Land Raider.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah.
But CP is... No, I'm just going to have to...
Gotta spend it. Boy, oh boy. Right, so Mike will be happy if I've got a couple of 4s here. 5s are good. There it is. The smoke kept that one away. The second hit coming through. That's lethal, which has gone straight through. Just to scratch the itch. Would we have got a wound? We wouldn't. I probably would have come on rerolled. And I still wouldn't have got it. 1 lethal comes through. With cover is a 4+ save. Nicholas Lucas, turning to an Imperial supporter. Not blocked. Goes through. D6 plus 1. It's just a 2. 3 wounds caused, dropping down to 7 on that Land Raider. It's taken heavy damage, but still alive. That's it for firepower. Bit across here. Fusion Blaster got a lethal hit, but might blocked it on Invon save. A couple more saves, 3 more saves coming through, all passed on normal armor from the Dakka from those. The burst cannons. So, shooting phase, I think, is finished for the tower. Charges? No, thank you. We'll calculate points here at the end of tower turn 2. Alright, so, at end of turn, points coming through, pretty healthy for the tower. 4 points for primaries, 4 points for destroying a target, 4 points for 2 scans in the corners, and then 5 points for extend battle lines as well. That pushes us through to 27 points. That's a good scoreline here for the tower. It's a generous enough mission, this one, though. Killing a single thing and holding objective points are flowing quite nicely. And then Mike's going to pick up points. He's got more objectives than me as well, so points are going to start flowing for the Space Marines as well. Tau winning the firefight at this stage, but Mike has a turn in hand, and he's got units that are poised to charge into Tau units, so things may well get grisly here as the Space Marines seek to get into close quarters. But which direction do they go? Where do they take the fight to? That is the question. We'll go on to the second turn of the game for the Space Marines coming up next. I think we've got the ingredients for a grudge battle in the future. So we're on Mike's movement. Which one have you chosen? Or discarded?
Engage on all fronts.
Tricky one. So engage on all fronts been dumped. Capture enemy outpost. Mike's going after it. Actually do that because of the Blade Guard veterans. It's interesting. The games we've played, they drop in, they can't do very much, but then they just move off and can be very useful.
Yeah.
And they're tanky enough with invons and so on. So to tactically place them on the board, the drop pod's proving very useful. Secure No Man's Land as well, which again is just grabbing objectives. Mike's happy enough. Some very good cards actually being drawn. 8 points picked up for primaries. Mike's moving over there, but I've declared an Overwatch with these against the Land Raider. How ironic that this thing is going to get a taste of its own medicine. Mike's just gone around the other side of the board and just carrying on with his movement. So we're going to unleash with these. We're going to search for some sixes. And if we do get those sixes, they'll be lethal. Either way, the temptation was also to try and Overwatch those, but I'd watch us for the theme of it. We'll go after the Land Raider. I'm out of closer range for the extra melter, so they can all fire the same. So it's going to be 6 from the crisis team, and then 4 from the commander. Who's good at get Raycross? For getting 6s, come on. Just all we need is 6s. No kind of rerolls available for us. It's a straight up roll here. Oh, and we get none. Just as we needed it. Oh boy, Mike's escaped. It was worth it. Definitely. Look at that one. 3 6s. God. Any other time it would have worked out all right. There's another 3 6s. God, not this dice roll. Not this time. Okay. I think he's going to bring Terminators in as well. Yeah. See, I said this at the start. Be brutal, ruthless, have no mercy on the Space Marines. And then we're just not been brutal enough. Now we're going to get punished. Okay, Michael completes moves here, but the Space Marines are rallying here. It's the infantry. I think it's going to be the problem for the tower. Mike's lining up multiple charges in different directions here. And once these tower contacted in close combat, they're usually destroyed. Okay, that's pretty much it. Disembarking across there. Then the Marines, here, the 2 of them that were left, Mike rolled well in advance, and they've headed across in this direction, making it to the Land Raider. Just there. But this is looking healthy for the Space Marines, and Mike's remedy to the commander landing across the other side of the board as well. So Mike's going to try and deal with these 2 pockets of tower resistance. If these 2 flanks collapse, the tower will then be restricted across here, and that would really cut them down this game. So tactically, despite the heavy losses, and it's brutal every time one of those tanks dies, it's a heavy blow to take, a big point sink, big presence on the board. Morale-wise, it's not good. But Mike's stuck to the plan. He's continued to play aggressive, hasn't shrunk away from the tower. He's about to reap some rewards here, I think. We're going to shooting phase next for the Space Marines. So we're on shooting phase, just come around the other side of the board just to see how it's worked out. So these have disembarked to here. We're in big trouble. And across here, this is where the Terminators have landed, and they've got a potential 9-inch charge because they're not emerging from a vehicle, so they can go for the charge across here against this team. So actually, 1, 2, 3 good areas where Mike can reap some rewards if he can get to grips with these tower units. So Daka from here into these?
No.
Into the Devilfish?
Yeah.
Okay. Try and chip away those
I
wings.
don't want to take away from the front for the 9-inch.
Gotcha, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can plank whatever one's off the Devilfish, I'll take it.
Okay.
Yep, so 3s. And then needing 6s.
Okay, 6s for wins. These just bonuses coming through. None. Devilfish has proved
6.
quite a survivor in this game.
6 of the assault cannon. 3s. And then 11 6s.
Yeah, 6 is a good.
Well, 5's the win, but 6s is what we're looking for.
There's
You
one.
have 1 and then 1 normal.
Yep. Got that one. Okay, so dropping down another wound from 9 down to 8 wounds left. Still in good shape. Okay, firepower's been declared with the land raid. All the flame stuff's going into here, and then
Multi-melt down to here.
yeah,
And the yeah, that's it. And then Stormbolter and Ton Assault was going to put the Devilfish.
that's it. Okay,
Ton Assault, 6 shots, hitting on 3s. And then
6s are good, and 5s
yeah,
win.
5s, but then 6s.
Got one again, and 3 up save. Blocks that one, but another wound taken. Drop it down to 7 wounds left on the Devilfish.
2 Stormbolters, missed.
Okay.
So I'll do the multi-melt first.
Yeah, 2 shots, needing 3s.
And that's both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Helps.
This is now strength 10 because you're within 6. Or
That takes you to 2s to wound. It's a cold star commander here, by the way.
this.
That's not gone through. Well, makes it through, right?
-4, and you're 4 up in 1.
Yeah, take the 4+ invulnerable save. This is on BPP Wargaming's squad. And Mike can pick a Patreon. Give me an Imperial on this thing, quite solid.
There's Michael Fryer.
That'll do. Michael Fryer. It's on these. 4+. See, helps. Blocked that one. So that's protected one of the Crisis Battlesuit team members. Now the scary bit with this flamer. Yeah, Vagabond firepower here. Phoenix Sword. He plays both Tau and also Salamanders. So
This could be a mistake. 2d6 plus 6.
7, 6, 11. Same result as last time, right? So 11 also hits at 3s to wound. If I can weather this, there's maybe some slim, perhaps. I don't know. There's a ton of flame stuff to come through. So
Yeah.
Okay. This is a Kingslayer game, by the way. But Vulcan has stand across the other side. Not Vulcan, sorry. Agrax Agatoni looking safe enough at this stage.
Strength 7, 3s, yeah.
Yep, 3s to win. There's a few 1s and 2s that most have gone through.
This is reroll.
Oh. That's helpful. And a few more come through.
3, 4, 6, 8.
8.
-2, 2 damage.
That's 2 damage. Okay. 4 up in one save, thankfully. I better roll 6 here just in case the worst happens. That is almost the worst possible situation. Mike's got us, I think. No, with 5 win models, I'll just keep rolling here. Okay, so we block 3. That's going to be enough to slay 1 and put 4 wounds on another. I have shield drones on each model, so they're actually 4 5-win models. So we'll just go here, model slain. Take away his corresponding drones, which is a shield and a gun. And then, it doesn't really matter, 4 wounds can go on him. That's a good enough result. Absorbing the damage, not too bad, but good damage coming through. Okay, Captain's going to use his 0 CP ability to do devastating wounds. That sounds particularly nasty. On all those flame weapons.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Valhalla Field Marshal Robert dice being used. And these are going to purge and burn before they mop up what's left in close combat. Surely we're doomed now with devastating wounds.
66 plus 1.
Okay.
So 66 plus 6.
Really liking this attachment for the
That's
Salamanders.
10, 22,
Brilliant stratagems available.
26, 29,
29
35.
hits. 35 hits. Now the odds are that you should get plenty of devastating wounds.
Yeah.
I guess one of the things, right, is that yes, your transports get destroyed, but your army has an ability for helping advancing units, right? Which is great. You know, you can cover ground pretty quick. You're able to advance and still shoot and so on. So that's a help for sure. Like I've picked off vehicles, but Mike's been able to maneuver out. He's got deep striking stuff coming in, so he can plug gaps and get into places still quick enough.
Should have grenade stratted as well, but
Grenade strat, yeah, okay.
But I would have done it with a Land Raider just for fun.
The Land Raider has the grenade strat, that's crazy.
So it's this plus another 5.
Okay. Looking for 6s, this could be devastating.
Yeah, I need 5 to win, but I'll fish for 6s.
Are you rerolling the win roll?
Yep.
No way, he's going to go big fishing. God, this heap of 6s, he's going to reroll the whole lot.
Yep.
That is cruel. But fair, but fair, but fair. Go. All right.
Just that, and then 5.
And some 5s. All right.
I have another 5 to roll here to make it 35.
So hold it right there because devastating is applied after, we believe. So we're just catching up here. There's a heap of 5s just over there. He's going to go fishing again.
Yeah, got greedy.
Yeah, that's okay.
Oh, okay.
9 saves first of all. I have to do those first. So 3 pluses. I'll roll 6 dice first of all. Need 3s. Cool, it passed all those. Passed all those. So I'll just keep rolling. And then triple 1. How weird. Okay, so that's enough to slay him. And then roll 2 wounds over onto the last remaining model. I've had to pick here for coherency, so I've lost my marker light ability. And then we'll apply the devastating wounds, which is a total of 8. So 3, take off 3. We'll leave 5. I'll check my profile. I'll get very close to killing him. So ambition from the commander. We shouldn't have landed so close. Mike did go after us and he's done it very effectively indeed. We should have pulled back or held off. One of the temptations I had was just to keep them off the board. Let these do their firepower. But I brought them in early to try and guarantee the kill against that vehicle, which we did. But then Mike's counter-attacked here very effectively. Cold Star Battlesuit is 6 wounds. He has a shield drone as well. So he is on 7 wounds. You've caused 5. So 2 wounds left. Yeah, you can count it down with 2 wounds remaining on the commander. But surely he's a goner once Mike goes into close combat.
Well, the captain has to shoot. He might.
Oh, captain might do it, yeah.
Trick shot it.
Okay.
3 shots, sitting on 2s. What?
Oh, hit. Oh, boy.
Strength 5.
Okay. Toughness 5.
4s.
Oh.
Just the 1.
Blocked. Okay. Okay, so we've pressed on with the rest of the shooting. Some DACA from here, pistol shots and so on. Firepower from the drop pod actually as well, if it's missile pod. Reducing my strike team down. Just 2 models left from that squad, so they've been hit very hard indeed. And the intent then is just to charge into these. And I think that's firepower complete. I think these find themselves out of range of everybody.
Yeah, it's like 12 inches.
Yeah.
Which gets me. Oh. The only one that would be able to shoot would be
Heston.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and do him. Firepower's virtually finished now. The Space Marines.
6. Strength now is 7, so what,
5s.
Just the 2 minus 1.
One, no, both get in.
Yeah.
2 wounds caused.
1 damage each, yeah.
Yeah, dropping down to 5. We're going to charges next. Space Marines have 2 charges, should be very straightforward, and 1 9-inch deep striker charge going in.
Yeah. So,
this one going in against those. So 4 inches, we reckon. No, oh boy, 4. Okay, close. Right, so charge goes ahead. Oh boy, looking impressive enough.
Yeah, so basically I need 3 to get to the pipe.
No problem. God, he's running it tight here. It's all 2 2s.
Yeah.
Mike's burnt through all of his 6s from earlier on for explosions and
I was just
maxing out on mortal wounds. I've never seen the like. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Dished out 12 mortal wounds to himself. Yeah, it would be demoralising. It'd be demoralising for the troops on the ground, but still, there's certainly a lot of character with the Space Marine forces, no doubt about it, and they're going to need it going into the league and facing off against all these different factions. But giving a very good encounter themselves, it's great to see Salamanders here on the channel. Blood Angels run for the charge. Mike really wants us to go in. This will be huge trouble for the tower if this charge goes ahead. Mike saved a CP as well.
I did.
For this charge.
So I need a 9.
No, absolutely not on a 5. But here comes the reroll for glory for the Emperor. No, it doesn't go ahead. All right, it's a bit of a breather there. Add it for this team across here. That'll free up that sector of the board for the tower. But we're getting constricted. We're getting pushed back. Space Marines starting to dominate the table quite comfortably. We've got nothing across here, just a few bits left. Okay, 2 combats to resolve. 1 on each side of the table. We'll resolve these next. So, piling move made. Mike's going to pick a Patreon for this one. And he's managed to push in against both of these. He should be able to smash these units out of the way here. Maxfield Knuckles. Yeah. We fight with Agrax Agatone first to smash through with his hammer.
4, 5.
Now they're in combat. Now the Space Marines are happy.
Blade Guard's happy, please. Yep.
It's the fish and chop shop. Here we go.
2s.
We're about to get battered, I think. Oh no. Couple of 1s.
Lethal.
Okay.
Strength 10.
2s to wound. Nice.
Devastating of 3.
Ouch.
So 2 minus 2.
2 minus 2. Blocks that one. 1 goes through. Damage 3.
3, yeah.
And the devastating will finish him off. Model slain. 5 wound model. We'll take away those. Okay, well done. Brings 1 down, showing his fellow Space Marine brethren how it's done. Okay, next. The Lieutenant.
Yeah, where is he? He's got the helmet that's based in,
This guy with the shield and pistol on his back. He's in the thick of it against the Crisis Battlesuit team.
So he is 5, 2, 4, 5. Also hitting on 2s. And then...
Yeah, so tip for the tower, if you're a fellow tower player, try and avoid close combat. It's a good idea.
All of them?
Yeah.
Minus 2 damage.
I got an invuln save, you see, 5 ups. That's enough to kill another one. Lieutenant follows suit. Very cool. Well done to him. Who is that lieutenant today? Is he named? No, he's nameless here. It's Raycross's squad as well. Ugh. Okay.
How many? 1, 2.
Do you want a time here? Because you could do a bit of Autark glory.
Yeah.
So, who steps forwards? I'll randomise it here on a d6. Oh no, he's stuck over there. So, those 2. It's going to be out of these 3 available. Yeah. So, 1 to 3, 5. It's the end guy who is Midnight Miniatures. He steps up with his attacks to try and bring down the Crisis Battlesuit. Just a little bit of a moment here for some Autark glory. 666.
And reroll that one because Sword of the Imperium.
Go for the 4 6s.
Or the Sword of the Imperium, so you can reroll a hit roll of 1.
Oh, that's a hit though. So and 3 lethals.
Lethals, yeah.
Wow.
Rerolling because of Adrax.
6. AP minus.
Minus 2 damage.
Minus 2 damage. And he's done it. Yes. Well done. Midnight Miniatures. Well done to you. Captain led the way. Lieutenant followed up. And it was Midnight Miniatures, fellow brother-in-arms, that brought the final model down. Well done. Clearing out the Crisis Battlesuit team with ease. Has to be said, it was easily done. Clearing across here, finishing 2 Fire Warriors, no problem at all. So mission accomplished across here. Camped down the objective. Mike could almost just sit there for the rest of the game and just secure that objective. Okay, I will press on with close combat across the other side of the board. I equally don't stand a chance. Alright, Captain with his attacks. This should be enough to finish off the Tower Commander.
5 attacks at on 2s. They will hit. This is now strength 11.
2's to wound. 3 make it, 4 make it 3.
Minus 2 damage.
I have no... Oops, dead. And that's the end of him. So he goes. He didn't last very long at all. Alright, Tower Commander removed from play. It's almost like a young Tower Commander that's full of enthusiasm, but just doesn't have much battlefield experience. He's been punished. Right, well done. Good work from these. Mission accomplished over on this flank. Alright, so points coming through. Secure No Man's Land?
No, because...
Didn't get it because... Yeah, this one doesn't count. This is my home objective. That's home objective. So Mike really has only got the central objective there, which is No Man's Land. The other one I've got, and the other one was left by the Land Raider. So that one Mike's going to hold on to.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a good chance to get next turn. He did get capture enemy outpost, though. So well done. 8 points picked up for that. 4 points for controlling an objective at the start of the turn. Another 4 points because Mike controlled more. 4 points for destroying something. And another 4 points for killing more. So a flood of points have come through, catapulting the Space Marines to 31 points. So well done to them. They've now bypassed the Tower's impressive total of 27. So it's 31 points to 27. Space Marines are in the lead. I think they've caused more damage. They control more objectives. They hold more ground. And so they've managed to turn this game around. But not after some scary... scary moments. To lose your one main vehicle a turn, and the Tower doing it quite comfortably, that would unnerve the Space Marines. It unnerved Mike for sure, but stuck to the plan. Getting into close combat is what he's done, and the speed and flexibility of the Space Marine force, credit to him. The list is looking good despite the heavy shots, heavy firepower coming through. Space Marines have been able to adapt to that and press on foot and still achieve what they've needed to. So well done. Here, Space Marines doing very well indeed. Impressive stuff. I wonder if the Tower have enough resources remaining to make a difference in this game. We've got one pretty good Crisis Battlesuit team. We've got the broadsides, but that's about all we've got. I don't think that's enough here to turn this game around. But we'll see. We'll go on to turn 3 for the Tower next. Right, Mike's rolling up a Phantom Overwatch here. He's decided not to do it, but... I'll just report the movement here. He's scratching an itch over there to see what would have happened. So, turn 3 for the Tower. Cards kept his bring it down and behind enemy lines. It's held position here. Held position with these. We brought Shadow Sun across to benefit for the reroll 1s. We've done a bit of sneaking around here with these units, heading off towards this objective, hoping that perhaps we can deal with some of the Salamanders units over on that side of the board. That's going to be our emphasis across there to see if we can deal with those units. So the Overwatch that Mike was rolling up there to see if it would have made a difference was across here against the Devilfish. I take it not much coming through, a couple of wounds. That's 6 in total.
Normal, and that's from Heston.
Oh, 10 wounds.
Well, 2, 4, 6, no AP.
3 ups. You would have caused nothing. We blocked them all. God, he survived.
Well, it wouldn't have mattered down here from one because it was 4 at -1.
4 at -1. 3 would have gone through. It knocked me down to 2 wounds left. Oof, almost stopped him. The Overwatch didn't happen. We pushed through, disembarked with these, shifted these across to here. Going to try and lay down a blanket of firepower across in this direction. If the Tower could deal with them, and him, that would be very good. We'll see what we could do. We'll go into our shooting phase next. The Tower aren't quite out of the fight yet. Sneaky team over there. Stealth team will observe this, and they will aid these guys across it. The broadsides.
I'm happy enough.
Okay. 6 shots needing 3s. Mike, think about this. He's got Armour of Contempt and Smoke.
Smoke screen's probably better, isn't it?
Right. Recombination. I'm going to go for observing from here with these because I want the sustained hits. And we'll use that unit to be guided in. That'll be the guided unit.
Yeah, no, listen.
Mike's going to let it go.
It's only 7 ones left, and it's D6 plus 1. Just,
Give me a Patreon. There's 2 Patreons left.
Travis
and Jen. Yeah. That's fine, yeah. So we'll go for Gen shots across here, going into the Land Raider. Everything's going into this, whatever's in range. I don't think the missiles will be in the range of 30. So this is the big roll. A single 6 would be great. A couple of 6s would be wonderful news. And we get none.
Would it have helped me?
So, rerolling hit rolls of 1 because of Shadow Sun. Okay, let's turn that into a hit. Looking at 3s to hit. Smoke would have blocked 2 if you had gone for smoke. We'll now try and wound. No lethals, sadly. No sustained either. 4s to wound with strength 12. All right, happy enough. So no cover and -4. And so 6s to block on 4 dice. We should have done enough.
Yep.
Ooh, 1 6. All right. 3d6 plus 1. Unless you roll 111. Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. And does she blow up? Oh, she does. The second Land Raider's going to detonate. Now,
I'm going to see if that's... I don't know. I need to see what the CP roll offers. It's been a while.
Yes. And in a last-ditch attempt to stop this explosion from taking place, I highly doubt it, but you can have a check. I don't think so, but he's going to check anyway. Just to make sure. Just to shut down any last possibilities. Another Land Raider has detonated on a 6.
I'm sick of rolling 6s for the wrong thing.
The damage as well. He's also walked away because it doesn't want to roll up yet for the for the mortal wounds coming through. Oh dear. What a turn up for the tower if this detonation takes place and mortal wounds start flying out all over the place. That's going to be a mighty turn up for the tower. Boy, oh boy, this game's swinging around all over the place. So, not included in the list, the answer is no, it does detonate. So, roll up now for devastating, or the number of mortal wounds.
Don't want to.
Which pick a unit? These guys?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. How can that be possible? As people have said in the comment section, there needs to be a scientific study done of these, these green dice. Right, so roll again for them. 4, which is enough to kill them. 10 mortal wounds dished out by the exploding Land Raider. You can stop now. There's no one else. There's no one else in range. Oh, boy. I've seen a lot of things in my time.
It ruins the plan.
They're gone. 2 of those are gone. Land Raider gone. Ouch. What a hit here at this critical point in the game. A great holes open up. This is huge. A ripping explosion takes place. Vehicle destroyed. Bonus mortal wounds coming through. A unit destroyed across there, which helps with the overall mission. All of a sudden, tower got a break here. And we've got all this firepower stacked up and ready to go. They were getting ready to guide in, but Mike's removed these 2, and now I can't do it. The original target's gone. They're gone, and I can't see through to theirs. All of a sudden, they've got enough. They're unemployed. They have no task here. For guiding in. Okay, so we'll have to pick another spotting unit and see what guides in here. We've got options stacked up. Okay, I'm going to have to leave these. I did want to fire across here, but I've got a feeling the Terminators are going to be too tough for us to deal with, so you're going to need their support. So I'm going to guide in with him, the Devilfish, and go across here. Hold it right there. No. I'll guide in with just for cover. I'll go here. I'll use these. I'll guide in with these because they have the mark light ability to strip any kind of cover issues. But Mike's going to use his last CP here that's currently available for Armour of Contempt. Let's try and help. So 6 shots. This is the big one. Last Patreon. John Russell, Xenos player. We'll go into here. 3s are great. There's no one to help me out here, so that's it. 3s to wound. I've got my wounds. We come through at -3. It's going to be -2. So 4 ups. It's damage 3 each time. This is a big roll. 3 saves.
What do I need, sorry?
Well, 4 ups for invulns. Well, that's just spoiled everything. Those Terminators. And Mike's thinking about getting a squad of 10. Modern Terminators, or the resculpts, the new rules, the 4+ built-in invulnerable save, the toughness 5, they're just really good. There's brilliant durability with those. Okay, it would be a great addition to Mike's force. There's a lot of changing units from 5 to 10 going on the channel at the moment. Yeah. I'm seeing it for different factions. So those have failed miserably. And now I'm going to offload a volley with these. They're not going to be very effective. They're going to ignore cover. The AP -1 is going to be ignored, though, because of Armour of Contempt. So useful. We'll go with the breaches. A chance to give you an exhibition of what they can do. Not the best target to give you an example, though. 30 shots. Needing 3s. Actually, their base ballistic skill is 3+. No kind of rerolls going on, sadly. We are rerolling the... Oh, that's a lot of misses. We are rerolling the wound roll because Mike's in range of an objective marker. We'll take away these 6s as well because those go through as lethal. Sorry, that was a 6. Okay. 3s to win. God, all of those ones. Ha! Would have made a difference if it was a 3-up save. Armour of Contempt proving exceptionally useful. 18 saves of 2+.
You've seen one.
Yeah, see if Mike can roll up plenty of 1s here. But Terminator's looking strong. 5 Terminators amongst this lot are going to cause absolute havoc. So this is, again, another important enough roll. The last gasp here, I think, from the town.
Yeah, so 1 damage each, yeah?
Yeah. I think we got 1. Nearly got 2.
Yeah.
All right, 1 slain, 2 wounds, and another. Yeah, would have killed another 1 if Mike hadn't have played the stratagem. Okay. All right, so firepower, another wound coming through, and after remove a model, that's firepower coming from the Devilfish, and that's shooting phase finished. Not quite enough guns here for the tower. Some more heavy firepower would have been useful, but Mike managed to silence a good bit of that earlier on in close combat. So going to charges next for the tower. There could be, I'm lining up a tank shock perhaps. Okay, tank shock across here, heading in this direction. I've tried to get part of the vehicle with 3, which I managed to do, or an 8 inches for our charge. So tank shock's going to be the strength of our weapon, which is going to be 6, the armoured hull, so 6 dice, which is stronger than the Terminators. We get a bonus 2. We need 5 pluses. If I could max out and get 5 pluses, I'll take out 2 Terminators and I'll gain control of that objective.
We'll have the punches stuff.
And I need to survive as well. 5+ miracles. Okay. Well, we've done enough to slay a Terminator. I've got to try and survive the counter punch now. In fact, I'll attack you first, but it's not going to do very much. Needing 5s. Yay. And no wound. That's it. Mike's free to fight back here. The 2 remaining models could well be enough to destroy the Devilfish.
Eating 3s.
3s.
Well, they've all hit. Strength 8.
5s.
Yeah, this is where it'll struggle.
3.
3. -2. Flat 2.
Oh, no. Come on. Pass the ball. The game of extremities. Okay, survived. All right, so that's that finished. That's that combat done. We are now contesting that at least. So something at least here. But whether we've done enough, I'm not sure. We'll go on to calculate points here as turn 3 comes to an end for the tower. All right, so end of combat, end of turn, points coming through. Pretty good for the tower. 4 points for primaries, 4 points for destroying something. 2 kills for Mike to try and equal to or surpass. 5 points picked up for bring it down for destroying the Land Raider. And 5 points picked up for 2 units getting behind enemy lines. 18 points coming through. 45 points to 31. Tau take the lead again. So they're certainly not out of the fight. A good turn required here from the Salamanders in order to root out Tau resistance, which is still a good representation of them here on the board. There's a cluster across here, There's now a cluster across the other side, a tower operating in 2 parts of the board. We'll go on to turn 3 for the Space Marines next. Right, so turn 3 here for the Space Marines. It's overwhelming force, bring it down, and defend stronghold were the 3 cards drawn. Mike's dumping.
Defend stronghold.
Defend stronghold. And their movement, he's breaking out here. He's going to try and flush out the tower, holding position, and then moving up with the aggressors and their captain. I overwatched and picked one of them off, and then remaining in close combat with the Terminators. That's movement done. Shooting phase next. Right, Mike's just rolled a charge, 9 inches. That's going in. Firepower though, first of all. Didn't shoot here, wanted to preserve this. And then across here, firepower from these burnt out. Had half of the breaches. Captain picked off one as well, so they've been burnt out across here. This charge, Mike wants to go into the vehicle and then push round to get into the Crisis Battlesuit team. 9-inch charge has been successful across the other side as well. We lost one of the stealth team members from firepower from the drop pod, all things.
Yeah.
Okay, charge across here to see if it goes ahead, which it will on a 7. Okay, successful. Okay, this could be the game over moment. Charge is successful on both sides. Once again, 2 fights occurring at both ends of the board here, on both sides of the table. It should be, where it's definitely in favour of the Salamanders here. And this is the last gasp from the tower, so once Mike breaks in past this slot, over on the other side, I think it's game over. Yeah, why fighters? You're amphibious. Salamanders. We should be friends.
No.
You'd unite with us to fight Necrons.
I would, yeah.
There you go, see? So we can be friends in desperate... Yeah, only when it suits. Okay. Doesn't suit today. Today is barbecue day. Right. Combat resolved across the other side already. The Fire Warriors and Ethereal vaporised by the Blade Guard Veterans Lieutenant and Agrax Agatones. That flank's now been smashed. And then now the swapping up action should be across here. The captain, look at him sneaking in. He's going to be backed up by one of the aggressor brethren as well.
To the
Crucible of Battle. Mike spending a CP.
Yeah, that's just +1 to the win roll.
Fine.
So we'll start with the captain into here.
Yep. 5 attacks.
5, yeah, hitting on 2s.
Hitting on 2s. 6s mean anything? No.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is strength 11.
2s to wound.
All of them.
Okay.
-2 damage.
-2. So 5 ups. And 2 damage.
Yeah.
So it's going to be enough to slay one of these at 5 wounds a time. We'll drop out some drones here as well. Okay. The sword.
Yeah. 2 attacks, yeah. 2s. 2 hits. Strength 8.
3s. Okay.
CP reroll it.
Come on, reroll. It's got a spare CP. Doesn't go through. Does go through against me though. So 2 wounds caused, right?
Yeah.
2 damage. Okay.
And
A friend. An aggressor.
so 3 attacks. Hitting on 3s.
Nice.
Hit. Strength 8. 3s rerolling because twin linked.
Nice again.
-2 damage.
Not enough to get 4 more wounds, which is enough to take him down. Well done. All right, that's virtually wrecked that squad. Just the one model remains. You've actually got 2 of these left to try and pop the transport.
Yeah.
So 6 attacks. Just the 2. 5s to wound.
Strength 8, yeah.
Twin linked.
4's the one because the +1 to the wound.
Okay. 1 wound comes through. -2, we actually saved that. Gosh, Devilfish he's a survivor. It's Oath of Moment. Gets the hit. Doesn't wound. That's from the Captain's Fist because these have had Oath of Moment placed on them just here. Okay, that's it. And we've got it's our turn to pick a unit, so we'll pick... No, I'll stay where I am. I'll sit like that. In which case, Mike could just go to the Terminators. No, I can fight with the Devilfish. I'll go into the Terminators. There you go, done. About as effective as a fish flopping on the deck of a ship. Next, carry on.
Harfists. And then 5s.
Yeah, 5 to wound, twin linked.
No, not a power fist. No.
Oh no, sorry, you're Terminators. Yeah, just regular power
no,
fists. So
absolutely.
nothing. Ooh, okay, interesting. All right, Devilfish remains. Yeah, so not quite killing all the targets that Mike had hoped for, but wrecking the tower enough over on this flank. We will calculate points here as the turn comes to an end. Okay, so points coming through. It's 8 points for primaries. That's the control of an objective and more than me. 4 points for destroying something. We both destroyed 2 whole units each, though, so it's cancelled each other out. No one gets the bonus. 5 points for overwhelming force, and then 4 points for bring it down. The battlesuit models count as vehicles. Yeah, each vehicle model.
Each vehicle or model is destroyed.
Lovely, that's fine. So it's 2 each, yeah. So actually brought in some points. That takes Mike into the lead. 54 points to 45. The scoreline is close, so if the Space Marines go on to win, it'll be a costly victory for sure. The same for the tower. It's going to cost them dearly if they are indeed to win, but I don't know if they can. We'll go on to their turn 4 here. Last gasp with the tower. So turn 4 for the tower. 4 points picked up for the control of an objective. Cards coming up as we've dumped cleanse and we've kept storm hostile objective and no prisoners. We're going to movement here. Still got one last thing I think we can do to stand some kind of chance. So turn 4, movement for the tower, holding position, trying to jump as Commander Shadow Sun out of the way, out of trouble, but still giving him range to give him the reroll ones. Across here, putting the breaches inside the transport, and then moving up and over onto the objective, jumping up and across here with him as well. Then we're going to try and lay down some firepower, perhaps some supporting firepower coming through, and going to try and reduce these down as much as we can. Then stealth team moving through, and the regular fire warrior team moving on to the objective as well. That's movement done here. I need success here. This is our last chance. So firing here with these, remain stationary, haven't moved them, so they're heavy, they're on +1 to the hit rolls. I'm going to guide them in with the stealth team across here. This is the last bit of triangulated firepower here with the tower.
Are you ignoring cover?
Yes. And these will come through at -4. Needing 2s.
No, go ahead.
Needing 2s. We are so desperate. I'm going to command reroll a hit roll. We're out of lethals, by the way, because we're on turn 4. Typical. All right, so those have all hit. We now try and wind on 2s because we're strength 12. They've all gone through. One of them is devastating, which will apply at the end. These are all -4, ignoring cover. So I think we've got to work our way through the aggressors first, the bodyguard. This is a deadly hit here from the broadsides. First one, 3 and 1, 4 wounds.
Kills one, yeah.
Model slain. Next one, 2 and 1, mains 3 wounds.
Yeah.
Next one, the last one, 6 and 1, 7 wounds. So you've now got a devastating and 2 invulnerable saves on the captain.
Yeah.
2 4+. Otherwise, he's going to find himself in trouble.
Which I'm going to CP.
Command reroll.
I'm going to use his built-in reroll.
Built-in command reroll.
Yeah.
Once per. No. Nothing can be done.
No, well, half soul damage.
Does he?
Yep.
Right. Okay. The first one then, halved. Oh, it's 5 and 1. He'll take 3 wounds.
Yeah. 3 left. And you've used your CP reroll.
5+ will kill him.
Yep. No. 4+.
4+ will kill him. I can do it. Yeah, we've done it. Captain. Captain gone. This ruthless game. Okay. It's like it's been a roller coaster of ups and downs. It's been took a hit, lost to Land Raider. Striking back, got a hit with your tank, didn't you? your Executioner. Okay, back on a high. Knocked down again with the loss of another heavy tank, and it's just been up and down like this the whole way through. Oh dear, like the waves on a choppy sea. Target destroyed. Captain brought down as well. 2 kills for the tower. Such a late stage in the game. All right, Dreamworld to take out those 2 Terminators. 2 shots with pulse rifles or plasma rifles. We'll guide in with the Devilfish. We'll guide in with these instead. So we've got 2 shots in 3s. Highs and lows. Yes, I'm re-rolling ones. Thanks to the reminder. Okay. We try. All right. Okay, so that's that one done. We'll look around and see if there's any other firepower. Okay, so points coming through, which they have. 4 points for primaries, 4 points for destroying something, 5 points for storm hostile objective. Our OC outweighs the 2 remaining Terminators. Their OC of 1. The Crisis Battlesuit is 2. The Devilfish is 2. So we've picked up 5 points for that one. And then also no prisoners. The 2 units destroyed. The Captain and the Aggressors, another 4 points coming through. Tower have now gone into the lead. 62 points to them, 54 points to the Space Marines. This is a very tight game here. Casualty rate is exceptionally high. It's a case of who can leapfrog to the end here. We're going to turn 4 for the Space Marines. They cut down on options. Maybe they've done enough still to achieve victory. Okay, so turn 4 for the Space Marines. We've pressed on and done movement and shooting here. Cleanse and deploy teleport Homer. Mike's going to run that in the centre of the ball. Just rake those points in. How many objectives? 1. Ooh, okay, right. So 4 points coming in for primaries. Then these have moved around. I overwatched them as soon as they poked their green noses around the corner. Picked off one of them, but the rest are going to go in. Across the other side, Terminators fired. The assault cannon took out the Crisis Battlesuit team member. So he's been removed from play.
These are still to shoot.
Oh, bit of shooting from those as well, but we'll resolve that and then we'll go on to charges. Okay, shooting done. Some wounds picked off, dropping down to 6 on one of the models. We've since gone ahead and done charges. In they go, and across the other side, the 2 remaining Terminators going into the Devilfish. The last of the last combats here on this board. We'll get these resolved next. Okay, so combat's resolved. Terminators, just the 1 wound coming through, or 2 came through, blocked 1, so 2 wounds taken, dropping down to 3. Devilfish still alive on that objective, although we're OC2, Mike's OC2 in total, so we're not going to capture it. And across here, I thought our wounds might be able to absorb the damage coming through, but Agrax Agatome is damaged 3. Hammer smashed one of the broadsides, wounded the other one. Lieutenant finished him off, and the rest of the Blade Guard veterans able to chop down the last model there. No problem at all, just smashing their way through. So very effective indeed. So they've now captured that objective. I'll never shift them off of there. That one's lost. Central one's lost. We've got nothing that can go on this one. So it looks like the Space Marines have done enough. The tower simply don't have the resources remaining to make enough of a difference. We'll calculate points though. We'll finish off turn 4, see where we stand, then we can maybe project forwards into turn 5. So scoreline, 4 points coming through for the control and objective, 4 points for destroying something. We both destroyed 2 each, so we've again cancelled each other out for the bonus. 3 points picked up for deploy teleport Homer, 3 points picked up for cleanse. That puts Mike on a total of 68 points. Tau on 62. Very close indeed. We'll look ahead now, see what turn 5 has, and see if we have a winner. Okay, turn 5. We'll roll on with this one. Slight possibility the town might be okay. So 2 cards, Capture Enemy Outpost. Quite doable. A tasty amount of points. Secure No Man's Land is the other one. And then 4 points picked up for the control of this objective across here. These weak units, so it's worth moving them around. Shadow Sun is trying to stay out of trouble, so she's moved away. Backing out of close combat, disembarking with the breaches, trying to take on those 2 Terminators, very difficult. And then just clustering across here and hiding. That's movement done. Shooting phase next. Alright, so shooting here for the tower, we used focused fire. That was firepower coming with the breaches, just the other side of that container, combining with a light missile pod, bit of firepower coming through from Commander Shadow Sun. Took out one of the Terminators. That was the breaches, effectively bringing one of those down. 1 remains. We do out OC that Terminator now, defending the home objective, so we therefore do pick up the points for Capture Enemy Outpost. here for the Tau. Haven't destroyed any units though. Secure no man's land, yes, but just 2 points because it's just the one objective there. So we'll calculate points here. Tau continue to pick up points. Don't know if it's enough. Right, we're almost at the end of combats here. This is going to go right to the wire. Points coming in at the end of the turn for Mike, for him, for the control of objectives. No prisoners and storm hostile objective. I think Mike's done enough to win here, but he just wants to finish off the hammerhead. Sorry, the devilfish. These advanced and burnt out my breaches. They're all gone. And then across here, Mike caused 2 wounds. That was devastating wounds coming from the assault cannon. There's 1 wound left. The Terminator has charged, and he will now try and use his fist to cause a single wound.
Yeah, so 2s.
2s.
Right.
5s to wound, surely. Strength 8.
Yeah, I'll pay the CP to add 1.
Yeah, he said. That's fine. Yeah. 4s. There's 1.
1.
This is all you can do. 5 plus to stop it. We don't. Come on, Rero. Last ditch move of the game. We do block it. Ooh, so therefore held up there. Okay, interesting. So we'll stay in control with 1 wound left on that miraculous devilfish. 2 OC versus 1. So Tau will remain in control of that one. That's the end of the game. Mike stayed here to make sure he brought in points over on that objective. We'll go on to calculate points here. This is going to be tight. Very, very tight indeed. All right, we've got a final score here. Dear me. Right, so points picked up. 4 points for the control of the objective at the end of the turn. 4 points because Mike burnt out
The breachers.
I think you haven't lost. Because within that unit that you burnt out was 2.
Was there a character?
Yes, there was. Aha. Mike was in despair, thinking he'd lost. Okay, which means you haven't lost, you won. there's 4 points in it. There's a kill point in it here. So points coming through. Just the 2 points picked up for no prisoners. No, you get more because you killed 2 things. So you're going to get another 2 points for that. So there's more points coming through here than what we had hoped for the Space Brains. So are you confused? I'm confused too. Mike needs another 2 because he killed an extra unit with no prisoners.
Yeah.
I'm going to scrub my 4 because I didn't kill more than you. We drew. We've equaled. So I'm going to lose 4. It's okay. Keep following everybody. I'm going to drop down to 76. Mike was on 78. He would have lost, but he's going to get an extra 2, and he'll go to 80. So there's your final score. Boy, oh boy, that's a tight game. And I think these 2 sides have pretty much earned a grudge here in this game. They really have it in for it. They utterly hate each other, and it's driven us bonkers throughout the whole battle as well. So it's 80 points to 76 is the final score. That is a very, very tight game indeed. Both sides experimenting. Kingslayer battle. Where is the king? He's alive. He's survived. Well done.
He's actually went from that end of the board, cleared the entirety of the back line.
Yeah, superb. There's been some heroics, some insane dice rolling from both sides in this game. Some crazy results. Tanks detonating all over the board. Mortal wounds, I think 24 mortal wounds from 2 land raiders detonating
4
on the
sixes
table.
in a row with the first one.
Crazy. Memorable game for sure. Really like the backdrop for this one. Great terrain. It really matches in nicely for both of these armies. We'll talk about units of the game next for both sides. A big thank you also to silver level patrons Jason Martinez, Marcus Olsen, Ross Caldwell and Miniature Matt. Within a second, both have decided. I'm going to give it to the broadsides with their firepower consistently throughout the game. Very, very useful indeed. Deadly enough for sure. And then Mike's going to give it to Agrax Agatona Cross here with his hammer leading the way, smashing every target. And as Mike said, moving his way halfway across the board, clearing all his paths. Well done to him. But Tau giving the Salamanders a run for their money for sure. Very, very tight battle. In the end, it could have gone either way. Just a few points in it. But the Imperium have victory, but at tremendous cost. So that's the battle. Keep a lookout for more battle reports on YouTube and on channel membership for extra content to help support the channel. And follow all the games in the league, all the Kingslayer battles and so on. Then do join us on channel membership. Aspect Warrior level will unlock all of our bonus content. You can check out the extra games that we have available. And then we run channel giveaways now. You can join us on Boost, which is the WhatsApp group. Link for that below. There's a link that will give you an invitation. You can follow that, and then we'll let you onto the group and join the hundreds of others that are already on SS82 Boost. So we're doing giveaways as a way of giving something back to the community, and it also helps support the channel. Keep a lookout for more games on the channel. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time.